this is Soundout here, back with another Power Rangers Samurai review. Today we have the Samurai Clawzord, which is Antonio's Zord. I almost said Genta there for a second. Anyway, this is Antonio's main Zord. The other Zord he has is the Octozord, of course. Gotta text Octozord. I do not have the Octozord yet. It's not shown up in my area. So, anyways, here is the Samurai Clawzord. Or the Claw Battlezord, as it's called in the show. I'm going to refer to that as such here. You've got the 4 battle faces. You got Zord to Megazord, and you've got a try-me function here with the actual thing. The thing's really disassembled. It's going to take a while to build. You got Mega Mold Gold on the side, plus the Zord Builder, Deluxe Megazord plus Samurai Clawzord equals Ultimate Megazord. Probably what's going to be called in the show. This side you've got Antonio here with the other Rangers. And on this side you've got Morph Clawzord into Megazord mode. And then you can attach the Mega Mode Gold Ranger up onto the Clawzord, which is really a cool gimmick. And here you got Samurai Megazord Clawzord, some combination name. But yeah, that is the packaging for the Samurai Clawzord, so let's get it open. So here we have the Claw Battlezord in Clawzord mode, where he is basically a giant lobster, and he's a pretty good size, all things considering how Bandai of America usually downsizes things. Like here's the Lion Zord, for example, or the Lion Folding Zord. But yeah, so I mean he's pretty big compared to this guy. Now, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Bandai of America did a really good job on the Clawzord here. I mean, you know how this thing's missing paint apps everywhere, the Samurai Megazord, and it feels kind of cheap. To my knowledge, this guy isn't missing any paint apps, really, and he feels like a substantial toy. The Samurai Megazord just feels kind of hollow and simple. Much like the early Samurai line toys, he's mostly hollow, what it is. And so, with the Clawzord though, he feels like a substantial toy, and he feels like he's made by an official toy company, and not a company that is making bootlegs. Anyways, there you are. You got, and he's really cool, like, you got a foil sticker down here. Like, the chrome's missing, but it's painted. It looks really nice. I mean, even the claw's still open, which is really cool. No disc gimmick, though, but the line has no disc gimmick, so. I mean, even the face is perfectly painted up to the top of the thing. Now, you're wondering what those 2 pegs are for, I bet. Now, there's 2 pegs up at the top here. Now, you're supposed to take the Mega Mode Gold figure and stand him there so you can, ride the Zord. But I don't have Mega Mode Gold yet. I only have the basic 5. But I can basically show it off here. It works like this. When I do get the Mega Gold, I might make a follow-up video where he is on there. But you get the idea. Like that. So, anyways, on to the Zord. The Zord itself actually does have some pretty good articulation. Like, you can leave that up, but it causes him to go back, and then these parts are up, but I guess you can pull those down, and yeah, there you go. That looks more natural now, but you got that. You have the option of bending the tail, the arms do move, the claws open, and that's basically, and you can adjust these, but that's basically the articulation of the Clawzord itself. Now the thing transforms identically to the Japanese version, which was really surprising. I mean, this thing is pretty neat. So, without further ado, now we have the Claw Battlezord East. East is this face, the red face. Again, this thing turned out really fantastic. When you compare it side by side with the Japanese version, it's hard to tell the differences. you can tell them, like, these pegs aren't on the Japanese version. This is different on the Japanese version. There are no sound effects in this version. The Japanese version did have sounds, but there's no yelling of the names when this thing switches forms. It's not like, Claw Battlezord East, like the Megazord itself. It's Antonio saying that. But yeah, it's really cool. Like, it looks really nice. I mean, the face is fully painted. Nicely detailed. You got the little horns here, too. You know, basically, it's very basic legs, but it still turned out really nice. The claws are here, and the other claws, and then everything still stores on the back, just like it did in the Japanese version, which is really fantastic. But I think, I don't know, I could see ways that would have simplified this toy, but in the end, it turned out really good. Now, Claw Battlezord East, it uses the claws for a finisher attack, so you got something similar to that, where it just goes, opens these up, and just chomps away. But yeah, it's really cool. Now, as some extra playability, if you have, like, say the Samurai Megazord here, remember how you could take off the arms? Well, this guy's arms come off, too. I believe the Japanese version did this as well. Well, yeah, it does. And so you can give the Samurai Megazord claw arms, and you can give the Claw Battlezord these arms. This looks dumb. This one actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, basically everything that uses this main body looks cool, but these arms just do not work on any other robot. But yeah, so if you had like you had the 2010 Megazord, which I do, but it's sitting on display, you can also swap out with that, and you can have all kinds of swapping fun between Zords that isn't in the shows. But anyways, as the Claw Battlezord has 3 additional modes, we might as well show those off. Now we have Claw Battlezord South. I raised these things up. I can't remember if that's accurate to the show. I just raised them up a little bit to get some distinction between the modes. South uses the... I'm sorry, these aren't clicked in all the way. South uses the uses the antenna as swords, which is pretty neat, and you can just kind of wield the swords. I mean, there's not much else new to him, aside from the fact that he can use the swords. But yeah, that's about it. So here we have Claw Battlezord West, which is the green face here, and he uses the tail as a fan, so you can recreate that, or not. Yeah, it doesn't hold in his hand very well, but you can just, he's fanning. Yeah, that's about it for the Clawzord on its own. There is North, but you need the Octozord to make Claw Battlezord North, so I'm just gonna move on a little bit farther. I'll do North in the Octozord review, don't worry. Now, a little warning. The rest of this review is going to be very spoilerish, so if you do not want to be spoiled by what happens in Power Rangers Samurai, if you don't already know, then you might want to leave the review. So, thank you for watching if you're leaving. But yes, the rest of this review will be very spoilerish. Anyways, enough warning aside, let's get on to the combination. So here we have the oppressive Daikai Shinkeno. I mean, some combination name that I don't know because the episode that this appears in has not aired at the time of this video. Anyways, so here it is. This is the impressive combination of the two Megazords. Now, because of the slimmed-downness of the Bandai of America Zords, these things don't go flush up against the legs like the Japanese version. I don't mind that because that way it didn't have stumpy legs for the Clawzord. His arms are still stumpy and he uses the swords. And, you know, it pretty much looks like the Japanese version. There is one difference, though, if you go to the back here. If you remember, the Japanese version, Daikai Shinkeno, these could fold. This one doesn't, this one does. So if you want to make it half accurate to the show, then you can do that. But the official way to do it, according to Bandai of America, is like this. Which makes him look like some four-armed freak. So I just leave these up, and problem solved, aside from the fact that they kind of bump into each other when you raise the arms. But anyway, there it is. That is Daikai, or I'm just going to call it Daikai Shinkeno for now. But there it is. You can move the arm, and that's about it. I mean, it holds together pretty well, all things considering. But the legs look very thin in comparison. Like, it was okay on Daikai Shinkeno, but this one, legs look kind of thin. So I'm probably not going to leave it in this mode. I might leave it, because I love the Clawzord. The Clawzord was fantastic. But anyways, you're probably wondering, does it connect with the Samurai Battle Wing? That is a no. The Octozord connects with the Samurai Battle Wing for more, but we'll have to wait for that. So my next Power Ranger Samurai review will be the Octozord. I have not found it yet. I don't think it's officially out yet. But anyways, stay tuned for that. Be sure to check out Riders, Rangers, and Rebels for Toku news in the craziest way possible. Until next time, sound safe. Goodbye.